Here's the life of Zemrah and Ed here at IntellectualRadio.com, a platform where you can share, you can explain, you can talk free of substance and be able to really and truly talk from the heart. We're so glad to always be here. We are here every Tuesday from 6 to 7. And we want to make sure that you like me on Facebook and that you share with your friends my music, Love is Possible, which we're going to play a couple of tunes in its entirety today because last month of January, which went by fast, was our month of health and wealth. And so this month, of course, is our month, Black History Month. And then my word, my special word, love. It is Love Month. So we are going to share with you a song that I love so very much. Lyrics written by Miss Pamela Wilk. And Pam always says she's such a great sister because I wrote Love is Possible, which is a wonderful, wonderful song. And the lyrics are also very good. But it is the love song. We want it to be the love song for the year. We want you to share that with your man, share that with someone else so they can share it with your girlfriend, so they can share with their man. You are. So we want you to share that. And that is, we're on Pandora, we're on Spotify, we're on all streaming. And we're going to have my Better Half Valentine. This is our pre-Valentine show to expound on You Are. So right about now, we're going to have our producer to play You Are number 3 on You Love is Possible. I want you to listen to these lyrics. I wrote the music. You are my baby, my darling, my love. You are my ears, you are the beat of my heart. You are my joy, my peace, my love. You are the place my life starts. Yes, you are my inspiration. You are my happy. You are my tears. You are the sugar in my coffee, chocolate in my cake. Yes, you are. Now make no mistake, baby, you are. You are. You are the place my life starts. Yes, you are. You are daybreak news. And baby, with you I know I'll never be blue. You are the color in red. So bold, so bold, yeah. You are, baby, you are. wet in the rain, the hurt and pain. You are, you are, baby, you are the place like stars. You are the juice in the peach, so sweet to the taste. You're the sunny in the sun, moonlight bright as the night. Yes, you are. You are the sugar in my coffee, chocolate in my cake, and make no mistake. You are, baby, you are daybreak news. And with you, I know I will never be blue. No, you are the color red. So much. This song, like I said before, I am just claiming that this can be the love song for 2020. But this, the lyric says it all. I just, I've had men to even call me and tell me, Zemrah, I done fell in love with my wife all over again. So that says a lot right there. So we want you to make sure that you go and download this tune and give it to your significant other for coming into Valentine's Day. If you're getting married, it's a beautiful tune. Just anniversary, birthdays. It's just a wonderful, wonderful love song. And love songs with ballads. You just don't hear them all the time with such a message. And so, I just love that song.
Well,
So we want to ask, and plus, I'm just a balladeer.
there you go. I was
Yeah,
just about
yeah,
to say,
yeah.
you the
I love
balladeer. You
ballads.
the
I
balladeer.
really do. So we're working on branding me, and that's something that I am known for. But we want to make it even more known that I do love ballads. I do.
We
So
gonna
we want to ask Ed to. I want you to interpret. You are. How do you interpret those lyrics that Pam wrote?
I think the days of
The
us
days
those those
of
those, those
wine
start
and
singing.
roses. Yes, see, those
I,
days are gone.
those days are gone. But
Well, we're bringing it back.
the days of us assimilating into a established culture is over. We're starting to create our own culture. Starting to redefine what is attractive. We redefine love for one another. We try to redefine that. Uh, Not too well. In the distant past, we were trying to assimilate into a different culture that we did not even belong to. So the idea of what was attractive and what was beauty and what was pretty was given to us by somebody else, and we tried to assimilate and match up to that, and to create our image in that image. But recently, thankfully, we decided that we're going to be our own selves. We're going to express ourselves differently because we are who we are. So therefore, we're not what somebody else tells us that we are. We started to come into our own, identify our own self, and so therefore, the song is very appropriate to say that you are. You don't have to try to be something else. Or I don't look at you as being something else, or looking at you that you got to look like some European person to establish what I call beauty, and use that as a guideline, which I don't have to do anymore, because we find that in all sizes, all ages, and all colors. Because we come in a variety of everything, shapes, colors, everything. So therefore, there's beauty in all of that. So I want you to know that no matter what you are. It doesn't matter. You don't have to try to be anything. I like you just the way you are. To me,
So that's how you interpret it. You are.
you are.
Yeah.
So when you say that to a person, there's nothing you need to be other than what you are. And I love you just the way you are. So you don't have to try to be anything else.
Hmm. So you are the sugar in my coffee,
Yes.
the chocolate in my cake. I love those lyrics, Pam.
The
So
joy.
coming into
I
Valentine's
like
Day,
the way it says, you are the joy and pain.
yeah,
That's man.
yeah,
That's deep.
yeah.
So you are.
You're the sunny in the sun. I mean, the juice and a peach. I
Well,
mean,
you
she
can't
she
you
wrote
can't
them
you can't
lyrics.
get that kind of those kind of lyrics out of songs these days. Not what the young people are singing. They
Right,
got some other things to call you.
right. You are daybreak news. I mean, she wrote those lyrics.
Right.
Anyway, so quickly, this is not our Valentine Day show, but just leading into it. Um, what would you tell a gentleman to do to prepare, uh, not necessarily for a traditional Valentine's evening, but something other than say chocolate and flowers? What would you say would make a nice
Well,
Valentine evening?
the original Valentine in its origin did not start out being a romantic thing. Like all other traditions, it started out of a sense of necessity. Back in the third century, uh, uh, the emperor Claudius found out that single men made better soldiers than married men. So he made a proclamation to ban all marriages for young guys, for young men. And of course, all of the priests didn't go along with that because the people revolted and they hated it because the younger men wanted to get married to their girlfriends or whatever. So there was one priest who was doing ceremonies in private. He was doing them in secret. And his name was, excuse me, was Saint Valentine. Valentine.
Hmm.
And Claudius, the emperor, found out about it, of course, and had him put in the dungeon. And the other priests found out about it, that he had done this, and while he was in prison, he fell in love with one of the guards' daughter because she was blind, and he felt pity on her, and he helped heal her. And he was in jail, so he fell in love with her and started writing her letters. So the day that he was supposed to be beheaded, he wrote her a love letter and said, "This is from your Valentine."
Wow.
And then the tradition kept going on, and the other priests picked it up and decided that they would keep on doing it. And matter of fact, there was another priest named Valentine who kept on the tradition of marrying people, even though the emperor forbid it. And of course, they beheaded him too. So so they were all martyrs.
So I
And,
wonder how many men still might write love letters for
well, that was the
Valentine's Day.
reason why that's how it got started. But they started celebrating in the fourth century for family gatherings, for friends, for people you cared about, and didn't associate yourself with just lovers. It was just for family appreciation of anybody that you cared about.
And that still could be
Yeah, then it drifted on into just
male,
couples,
female,
male,
yeah,
male,
couples.
female type of thing. And that's basically where it came from. Because there was different iterations of the same story about different people, but basically that's the way it got started. And they carried on ever since. And of course, when people get something commercialized, they make money on it, so they promoted it like that all the time.
Absolutely.
And that's how it got started.
Okay, so that ain't what I asked you how it got started, but I'm glad you said that because that was beautiful to put it. But I asked you to describe a evening that you would suggest for for a man to do other than just say, like you say, roses and flowers. What other? And that love letter, that is really nice.
Most guys don't like doing love letters because it's evidence that can be used at a later date.
And our producers laughing at that.
and
Come on, Earl.
men are too smart. They're not going to give you that kind of information. They're not readily.
You write love letters every time you give me a card.
Well,
The cards you pick, you don't even have to write nothing in it because everything on the card, you can tell that you picked it with very, very careful thought and careful
well,
hand.
see, I don't care if you sue me.
So silly.
But men ain't playing that game because they know, hey, I put this on
Well, you
paper.
have some now that
Uh,
might feel like that, and then some that really and truly they're very much
they
romanticists
very
too.
well they reluctant because they haven't uh, figured out women yet. So therefore, there's a certain level of mistrust in there that takes time to overcome. And since men are not doing a very poor job of picking their mates, they're not quite sure. This is on the up and up. So they'll give you flowers and candy, but writing a letter, I don't know about that one.
We will be having a male and female panel this month as well, and those are one of the points you can bring out
Yeah, that's what.
because I'm trying to figure out what is the fear if you
Oh,
if
fear
you're
no, it's fear of getting your heart broken. Men have a very fragile heart. They don't break but one or two times. After that, they're done.
yeah, I hear
They
that.
they don't want to get that done again. Women are treacherous. They'll use whatever information you gave them.
Now don't say women are treacherous,
I
Ed.
know I'm what yeah, not all, some, but they have the
Okay.
ability and they know they got the power to do this. To use everything that you gave them against you eventually, especially when things go south and the race relationship does not turn out the way they wanted to. They will use everything that you gave them against you
Yeah.
in court.
So if you gave them a love letter, what would that? I mean, what would that have to do with giving them a love letter, though,
Well,
baby?
I wouldn't have a problem with it because anything I say, I have no problem saying it because I mean it. So if you want to turn it against me, that's your business.
But why would someone turn a love letter against you?
They've done that too
Okay.
because they find out what a lot of women, not all, use your weaknesses against you and find out what are you vulnerable to, and that very thing is what they take away because they know that's the thing that will hurt you the most.
Do you agree with that, Earl?
That's an expert. Earl knows, and that's why men do a lot of talking about because they know it's true. So they're all suspect of women, so they're not used to what they call vetting a person. We don't vet people. We don't find out what they really like in the beginning of a relationship. We take what we like what we see, and we say, well, we can fix the rest. You can't fix anybody after the age of 9. When they become who they are, that's who they are, and you are not going to change them at all. But we think we can because and women think they got the power to do just about anything. Women are very powerful creatures. They can change the world.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Why do you keep skirting around what I asked you? I asked you to
Probably
describe,
because I didn't want to answer.
evidently not. I'm saying describe an evening,
Excuse me, I got a cold.
describe an evening for that would be nice for
It's an
Valentine's.
individual thing. Find out what a lady likes and find out what you don't do normally and do something extraordinary. Do
So
something that you don't do normally. If you haven't taken out for dinner lately, you don't. It's not a normal thing for you. Do that. If you do that all the time, then do something else. If she's hardworking and every day you want to
fly to New York.
get out of the setting, get out of the everyday setting, and take away from her friends and family and her cell phone and stuff like that, and spend it quiet communicating, which is something we all need to do. We don't communicate enough our thoughts, our feelings, our desires, our fears. We don't do that, which is why people get shocked when a person turns into something else. They didn't turn into it; they was that way all the time. You just didn't let them express themselves. So that's the main thing.
Okay, well, you're here at Intellectual Radio with uh, Zemrah and Ed,
Yeah.
talking about and trying to describe
That's
what a nice Valentine's evening could be or would be.
uh,
Um,
that's 2 weeks away.
no, baby, it's next Saturday.
Wait a
It's
minute, is
next,
it
yeah,
really?
it's not already.
Today, wait a
It's
minute.
next Saturday.
Today's the 4th. It's 10 days away.
It's next Saturday.
That's
Yeah.
10 days. Okay, next Saturday.
Yeah,
Right.
Valentine's. So make sure that you are prepared, have something good for your mate, your lover, or whatever. And one of the things we're going to do right now is we're going to play another one of my songs, number 4, which is awesome. When I look in your eyes, I see the depths of your soul. Tenderness, your lovely, your sweetness, my darling. I see you when I hold your face in the palm of my hand and slowly pull you close. We kiss so tenderly. That's why I see you. I come alive for my love for you is true. I see you, my darling, my baby, 'cause I see you. If it's morning down or moonlight night, my love for you shines oh so bright. I'm vulnerable for happiness. That's why I see you, baby. I adore you, need and want you so. Yes, my lovely, my darling, my love. I see you. I see you. You make my wishes come true. I'm so mad about you. I dream of you every night. I know that you, baby, will make things right. I love you, my darling. I love you with all of my heart. That's why I see you. I see you. Baby, I adore you. And I need and want you so. You're my lovely, my sweetness, my darling, that's why I see you. I come alive, for my love for you is true. I see you, my darling, my baby, that's why I see you. That's why I see you. Baby, baby, I see you right over there. I see you right there. I see you. Don't you know it's true? I see you. I see you. I see you. You got two. That's another lyrics written by Miss Pamela Wilkes. So again, you're here at IntellectualRadio.com with Zemrah and Ed, talking a little bit about pre-Valentine's Day and what you need to do for your significant other. Ed giving the definition of Valentine's Day and how it was came into being, and all that good stuff. One of the things that I want to shout out before we go is Earl was sharing with us, our producer, that he saw Come Sunday, which is a tremendous, fantastic movie of Bishop Carlton Pearson. So you might want to check it out. It is on um,
Netflix.
Netflix. Yeah. And he liked it so well, he saw it twice.
Yeah, Come
And
Sunday.
Ed and I come Sunday. So check it out if you are familiar with Bishop Carlton Pierce. He's a wonderful, wonderful bishop. Just awesome. He's a personal friend of ours. We send him all kind of blessings and love always to Tulsa. So Carlton, we love you a lot, and we wish you a happy Valentine's Day.
Yes,
So, on that note, we are going to see you on next Tuesday. We're here every Tuesday from 6 to 7. And next week we have a special guest coming, and it will be a surprise. But we're going to talk a lot about love. You know, love is something that we always talk about. We always stress that when you embrace love, love will certainly embrace you back. You don't have to be alone. You don't have to feel alone because, like I said, love is possible. So we want you to make sure that you like me on Facebook. I want you to make sure that you go to Spotify, Pandora, download my music. It is a beautiful, beautiful CD. Give a shout out to Reggie Foster Jr. for producing the CD for me, and him and Multi Jewel. The fourth, they did a wonderful, wonderful job with my project, and I really want you to check it out. I got Cruising on there, What's Going On by Marvin Gaye, and then the rest is my originals. So check us out. You're going to be hearing a lot more coming from Zemrah, a lot of places I'm going to be performing, and I'm looking forward to some good things. Having that vision for 2020, I think it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful year for me and my music. So make sure that you keep your ears open, your eyes open, and look out for Zemrah. Here I come. You have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening, and look forward to your friends and family to check us out next Tuesday with our Valentine's Day show. Thank you.
Here she comes. I want to thank Earl and Wanda for allowing me to be myself again.
You make my wishes come true. I'm so mad about you. I dream of you every night. I know that you, baby, will make things right. I love you, my darling. I love you with all of my heart. That's why I see you. I see you. Baby, I adore you. And I need and want you so. You're my lovely, my sweetness, my darling, that's why I see you. I come alive, for my love for you is true. I see you, my darling, my baby, that's why I see you. I see you. Baby, you know, I see you right there. I see you. I see you. Don't you know it's true? I see you. I see you. You. Baby, let's cruise away from here. Don't be confused. The way is clear. And if you want it, you got it forever. This is not a one-night stand, baby. Let the music take your mind. Just relax and you will find you're gonna fly away. Glad you're going my way. I love it when we're cruising together. The music is played for love. Cruising is made for love. I love it when we're cruising together. Baby, tonight belongs to us. Everything's right. Do what you must. And inch by inch, we get closer and closer to every little part of each other. Ooh, baby. So let the music take your mind. Just release and you will find you're gonna fly away. Glad you're going my way. I love it when we're cruising together. The music is played for love. Cruising is made for love. I love it when we're cruising together. Ooh, yeah. Cruising. Let's cruise, let's float, let's glide. Let's open up and go inside. And if you want it, you got it forever. I can't stay there inside you. I love you, baby. Let the music take your mind. Just release and you will find you're gonna fly away. Glad you're going my way. I love The music is played for love. Cruising is made for love. I love it when we're cruising together. Cruise, cruise. I love it when we're cruising together. Made for love, made for love. I love it when we're cruising together. Cruise, cruise. I love it when we're cruising together. Love is possible when you believe that it is. Love is possible when you know that it is. When you feel like there's no hope for love, you can make your dreams come true. If you know just what to do, you just think. Love is possible when you believe that you're free. Love is possible when you embrace it with ease. Everything you want is yours for the asking. Love is possible when you believe that it is. Don't give in, and don't you doubt. Believe me, you'll get just what you put out. When you know that love is on your mind, love is possible. Love is possible. Love. Don't ever give up, and don't you give in. Because with real love, you know you can win. You know that love is on your mind. Love is possible when you believe it is. Love is possible when you believe that it is. Don't